Hello and a warm welcome to World This Week by latestlaws.com. This is a weekly program, so hit the bell icon to get notifications for new videos. My name is Sheetal June, Associate Editor, latestlaws.com, and I will be taking you through the significant orders and judgments passed by various courts in the country and some important international news from this week. Let's begin with Supreme Court this week. The Supreme Court has ordered Himachal Pradesh to release 137 cusecs of surplus water available with it to help Delhi tide over the water shortage. The Apex Court also directed Haryana to facilitate the flow of the surplus water from Hatnikund to Wazirabad uninterruptedly to Delhi to mitigate the drinking water crisis. According to the direction, Himachal Pradesh to release the surplus water with prior intimation to Haryana. The court also asked the Upper Yamuna River Board to measure water released by the Himachal Pradesh at Hatnikund. Additionally, the Apex Court said that there should be no water wastage by the Delhi government and sought status report by June 10th. To comply with the Supreme Court's directive in the Patanjali case that all advertisers and advertising agencies must submit a self-declaration certificate before publishing or broadcasting any advertisement, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has introduced a new feature on the Broadcast Seva portal of the Ministry of Information Broadcasting for TV and radio advertisements and on Press Council of India's portal to print for digital and internet advertisements. The certificate signed by an authorized representative of the advertiser or advertising agency needs to be submitted through these portals. The self-declaration certificate is required to be obtained by all advertisers and advertising agencies for all new advertisements that will be issued. The Election Commission can intervene if a candidate is pressured into withdrawing nomination but not when it's consensual, the Chief Election Commissioner Rajiv Kumar in the presser post conclusion of the Lok Sabha elections 2024 said. He was replying to a question on the poll body's decision to announce BJP's Surat candidate Mukesh Dalal elected after the Congress Pic's nomination was rejected and the other candidates withdrew nomination. The BJP Surat win had sparked a massive row, with the Congress alleging that the ruling BJP in Gujarat used wrong and undue influence and pressured candidates into withdrawing nominations. Many others had pointed that note polling in the constituency was a violation of voters' right, as he or she could also opt for the NOTA option. The Chief Election Commissioner was asked if its decision to declare a candidate elected unopposed was a violation of the spirit of the 2013 Supreme Court judgment on NOTA option. He was also asked if the Election Commission will consider an amendment in the rules so that no candidate is declared unopposed and people have an option to vote for NOTA. Now let's have an overview of High Courts. The Guwahati High Court has ruled that in absence of any other evidence, no conviction can happen solely on the basis of admission and unassigned confessional statement. The court stated that as per Section 164 of the CRPC, the confessional statements of the accused person shall be signed by the person making the confession, but in the present case, the accused did not sign the said confessional statement. No compliance with provisions of Section 164 CRPC caused injury to the accused in his defense on merit, and the same cannot be cured at the later stage. The Madhya Pradesh High Court has opined that the testimony of hostile witnesses are also having the importance if they are supporting the prosecution case to some extent. Further, evidence of a person does not become wiped out from the record merely because he has taken a U-turn in the court and resiled from his original statement. The bench expounded that as per the human tendency, a close relative would put forth the actual story of incident rather than hide the actual culprit and foist an innocent person. Virtually, in many of the criminal cases, it is often seen that the offence is witnessed by close relatives of the victim, whose presence on the spot of incident would be natural, and evidence of such witnesses cannot automatically be discarded by levelling them as interested witness. The single judge bench of the Jharkhand High Court has held that for the purpose of Section 498 IPC, it is to be established, it should be determined by considering the conduct of the man, weighing the gravity of seriousness of his acts, and finding out as to whether it is likely to drive the woman to commit suicide, etc. It is to be established that the women have been subjected to cruelty continuously or at least in close proximity of time of lodging the complaint. Petty quarrels cannot be termed as cruelty to attract the provisions of Section 498A IPC. Moving on to international news this week. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's policy to raise the minimum income requirement (MIR) for family visas is being challenged in the High Court. The policy, which now requires applicants to earn £29,000 annually to bring a loved one to the UK, is argued to separate children from their parents and discriminate against women and minorities. The Rishi Sunak administration announced the increase last year as part of a phased plan to match the family visa salary threshold with that of the skilled worker visa. This change took effect on April 11th. The Pakistan Supreme Court has reserved its judgment in the case regarding tweaks in the anti-corruption laws in which former Prime Minister Imran Khan was the petitioner. The previous government has amended the NAB laws which were challenged by Imran Khan in the Supreme Court. A Georgia appeals court on Wednesday froze all proceedings in the election interference case against former US President Donald Trump and his co-defendants in the southern state. Trump, 77, is accused in Georgia of involvement in a criminal conspiracy to overturn the 2020 election results in the state, where Democrat Joe Biden won by some 12,000 votes. In March, the judge hearing the case rejected a bid by Trump and several other co-defendants to disqualify the district attorney who brought the charges following revelations that she had a romantic relationship with the man she hired as a special prosecutor. In the end, we have miscellaneous news. The Reserve Bank of India on Friday announced creating a dedicated platform to address digital payment frauds in the growing in the country. Growing instances of digital payment frauds highlight the need for a system-wide approach to prevent and mitigate such frauds, said RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das. It is therefore proposed to establish a digital payment intelligence platform for network-level intelligence and real-time data sharing across the digital payments ecosystem. To take this initiative forward, the RBI has constituted a committee to examine various aspects of setting up the platform, he added. The Madras High Court has sought the response of Election Commission of India on a public interest litigation seeking nationwide campaign against seeking votes on the grounds of religion, caste or language. The petitioner argued the case himself, telling the court that the preamble of the constitution unambiguously declares India to be a secular nation. He also cited the 2017 Supreme Court judgment in Abhiram Singh versus C.D. Comachin, which interpreted Section 123(1) of the Representation of Peoples Act 1951 to declare that seeking votes in the name of religion, caste or language would amount to a corrupt electoral practice. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. This is a weekly program, and to get more information, please check the description box, and for weekly updates, like and subscribe to our channel.